Mayor Hoopa is actually out of town for a family event. I think it's the first meeting I think he's missed since in the 10 years I've known him here. So we'll miss him tonight, but Ruth Grendel, I'm the Mayor Pro Tem. So with that, if we will all stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For any of the members of the audience who have signed up to speak, when your name is called, I don't think I see anybody. Christina, anybody signed up?
No, Acting Mayor.
I don't think I saw anybody in the audience. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Tom, do we have any changes tonight?
Acting Mayor and Council, good evening. No, we have no changes to tonight's agenda.
We'd like to hear that. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
First, motion by Councilmember Bergman, second by Councilmember Hebert. With that, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next item is approval of the consent agenda, and these items are considered routine and will be enacted with a single motion unless a council member or a citizen wants to pull an item. Are there any items that anybody would like to pull? Seeing none, is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Second.
A motion by Councilmember Melander and second by Councilmember Hebert. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. With that, we'll move to the regular agenda, and the first item is a great fun agenda, and it's music in Kelley Park. And with us tonight, we have Mayor Mary, Commissioner Mary. It doesn't have the same ring to it, and Nicole, so if you'd come on up and
Madam Mayor Pro Tem and council members, it's an honor to be here this evening. It's an honor to be with our esteemed city administrator, Tom Lowell, and our police chief and our fire chief. We are very fortunate to have the complement of wonderful professionals that are in this community, and we thank you for all the work that you've done all these years, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I'm Mary Heyman Rowland, and I am co-president of the Apple Valley Arts Foundation.
I'm Nicole Junker, co-president of the Apple Valley Arts Foundation.
And we are happy to tell you that we're going to have music in Kelley Park this year, but it's going to be different. It is going to be different. You know, normally, Nicole, we usually have music in Kelley Park at Kelley Park, right? Well, we are fortunate to have citizens who passed a bond referendum who are helping us to be able to recreate and reconstruct Kelley Park in a beautiful amphitheater. And we want to say a special thank you to someone that we work very closely with, Eric Carlson. We are so happy to have someone in the city that works with us the way you do. Thank you, Eric. We appreciate that so much. So it's going to be the same, but it's going to be different. We are going to be having our first concert at Bogart's Entertainment Center. So while we, you want to do it? While we normally have it in Kelley Park, this year, because of the construction, we will be at Bogart's Entertainment Center. The times will be the same, 6:30 to
8:30.
And it will continue to be Friday nights, and it's going to be free, always free. And should I try to do it? Okay, all right. But we will be having June 19th through 31st concerts at Bogart's Entertainment Center. And we are grateful to Bogart's Entertainment Center for allowing us to be able to do that. June 19th, which is Juneteenth, Apple Valley High School R&B and continuing education, which is really lots of fun. Continuing education is also all of the wonderful artists that are part of our school district that are also teachers and administrators, and they've come together to form this group called Continuing Education that is put together by David Scalise. So we will have that again, 6:30 to 8:30. So just to remind people that's the time. On June the 26th, we have
Salsa del Sol. They're always a great band that brings in a large crowd from all over the Twin Cities.
and
Lots of dancing.
It is.
Yeah.
Lots of dancing. And on June 19th, Dakota Electric is sponsoring that. Salsa del Sol is being sponsored by. Shoot! Now I forgot. Okay, I do know. Salsa del Sol is being sponsored by our platinum sponsor, Think Bank. So we're very grateful to them. So on July the 10th, we have Riverside Hitmen, and on July 17th,
Alex Rossi Band.
and July 24th, which is a fan favorite, Michael Monroe, and July 31st.
We have the Lonesome Losers. They are a yacht rock band.
And they are really
so
great.
fabulous.
The keyboardist, I have known him since he was 5. And his dad was in a band with Bonnie Raitt. So the talk about the artistry that we have, the capabilities are amazing. You want to move the next slide? All right. So now remember, I said from the 19th of June to the 31st of July, we're at Bogart's Entertainment Center. Then Splash Valley welcomes us at the water park for Friday, August the 7th, Power of 10. Phenomenal band.
Local.
Time.
Yeah.
What's the time?
6 to
6 to 8. So
a little earlier because of the lighting and safety issues with Splash Valley. So we moved that one up a little bit.
And the admission is free, and the doors will open at 5:30. And you know, at Splash Valley, normally the admission is not free. But for this night, we are partnering together with the city, so this works out great. Please don't bring your pets, and please don't bring glass containers, because that's part of the regulation at the pool. And then we're going to have this amazing, we've worked on this, we've worked on this, having an amphitheater in Kelley Park for years and years and years, and we really want to thank our community for passing the bond referendum. Because of them, we're able to bring you urban classics, the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and this is a tribute band, and it's really exciting, and they will fill our park, guaranteed. It's going to be a wonderful night. Do you want to tell us the date?
September 26th.
Do you remember the 26th night of September? Remember, it's the 26th because it's a Saturday, not a Friday, a Saturday, and it's from 6 to
7:30.
Yes, and afterwards we're going to have fireworks or drones or something. We'll be surprised.
And there'll be food trucks.
Food trucks. That's right. That's right.
So it's a kind of a community festival opening the amphitheater, music from the Arts Foundation, and help from the city. So it's
Absolutely, help from the city, help from the city council, help from our residents for passing a bond referendum, and help from Eric, because Eric has done such a great job of helping us to be able to achieve that. It wasn't a small task for this year. So we thank you for this. Next slide. We want to make sure that we thank our sponsors. Our platinum sponsors are Think Bank. They were our platinum sponsor from the very beginning, even before they opened their doors. They were a platinum sponsor for us, and they continue to be sustaining. And Bogart's has done a wonderful job of allowing us to be able to use their facility, and so they're platinum sponsors as well. Our gold sponsors, next slide, are GF, which you all know as Uponor GF, and Apple Valley Post 1776, both sustaining partners. We're very happy. And our silver sponsors, do you want to do your silver, and then I'll talk about you?
Sure. Wings Credit Union, Valley Bike and Ski, Dakota Electric, 3S Design, which is a local web design company, And of course, U-Haul has been very generous to us over the years.
And Nicole Junker, Keller Williams Realty. So she's with a new realty now, and we're really happy that she continues to be not only a co-president, but also a sponsor. All right. We also have others that help us, and we want to acknowledge the City of Apple Valley for being a very strong partner with us. The Apple Valley Chamber that puts it out every Friday night so that everybody knows who's going to be performing. The Dakota County Tribune, who has publicized our concert series and will continue to do that. Our great partnership with District 196. Our wonderful partnership with Apple Valley Rotary, Speed Pro, and Elixon Photo. And if you see some of those great photos that are on our website, those are Elixon Photo. And do you want to quickly talk about our website?
Sure. We launched a new website at the end of last year, which is just gorgeous. 3S Design created that for us. Pro bono. And so that was a really special gift that we got. And so many great photos on there from Elixon Photo. All of our event calendar is current. The sponsorship information is on there. So lots of questions can be answered on our website, avartsfoundation.com.
Perfect.
Or
yes.
.org.
avartsfoundation.org. Yes.
.org,
.org. And it really is a great website. And so that sponsorship from 3S Design was wonderful. So we're asking you to come be a part of the celebration, our festivities, and I think, Mayor, you have a proclamation.
I do. But first of all, I'd like to thank the two of you and the Arts Foundation. And what year was it founded? I mean, I was on it the first year.
28 years ago.
28 years ago.
Mayor, 28 years ago. Can you believe that?
So what you brought it to, ladies in the foundation, is just phenomenal. And it's going to be a little different this summer, but I'm telling people it's going to be worth the wait.
It really is.
You know, people are asking, when's my park going to be done? Everywhere I go, and it's like, we know they're missing their parks and they're using them, and so it's good.
Yes,
So anyway,
yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Councilmember Bergman.
To you two ladies, thanks for. Oh, thank you. Thanks for everything. I guess, Mary, I guess you've been in the business of this for about 28 years. You know, there's one thing, especially on this screen right now, that you're looking at that you like. It was nice to see this. Now, a question I have, because I think it demonstrates to the community what arts, what music and plays and all that kind of stuff are there. Is this not the same, or do you change the schematics of the character of that?
Yeah, our logo is different. Our logo is different now, although we had a beautiful one.
Beautiful one, yeah.
We had a very beautiful one. The artist was from Canada.
Yeah.
This artist is a member of our Arts Foundation.
Yeah,
So
cool
thank
to
you
see.
for, it is a cool, isn't it? It's
Yeah, she's
vibrant
very-
and fun, and thank you for recognizing that. And Councilmember Bergman, thank you for a beautiful tribute to your mother today.
Thank you.
I was able to be there, and I was the Mayor Pro Tem also being there, and also Councilmember Hebert, and it was special. She knew community.
Yep.
And that's, I think, what's the basis of what the Apple Valley Arts Foundation is all about. So thank you for helping us to continue to build community.
Thanks.
Thank you. With that, I'll read the proclamation. Whereas the City of Apple Valley is proud to provide cultural experiences for its residents, and whereas the Apple Valley Arts Foundation has offered to provide a music series on the evenings of June 19th and 26th and July 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st, 2026, from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Bogart's Entertainment Center, August 7th, 2026, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Splash Valley Water Park, and September 26th, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Kelley Park. And whereas the Apple Valley Arts Foundation, residents, civic organizations, business community, and the Parks and Recreation Department have joined together to develop this free music celebration. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Apple Valley, Dakota County, Minnesota, and and said dates in June, July, August, and September 2026 are hereby proclaimed to be Music in Kelley Park. The council further declares his music series a community festival and encourages the citizens of Apple Valley to support and attend these music events. Proclaim this 28th day of May 2026. Is there a motion for the
So moved.
Second.
motion by Councilmember Hebert, second by Councilmember Bergman? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I don't think we have to encourage people to attend. They come. I know people that won't miss it. I mean, Ruth, is it raining out? Is it going to be, we're going to have it? Is it going Bogarts? So anyway, people love it, so thank you.
Well,
Thank
and
you
we
so
don't-
much.
We don't have to worry about rain this year because it'll be at Bogarts.
Well, from
Yeah.
June the 19th to July the 31st.
Yeah.
August 7th is Splash Valley, and then September the 26th is a Saturday. Everybody, it's a Saturday. So please just go to our website and make sure that you know. And also the city will have it on the website too. So we thank everybody. We thank Charles for taking care of that, and Eve and everybody. So thank you so much.
Always good to see you.
Great to see you as well. Thank you.
Now we'll move on to the regular agenda. B, the Apple Valley Community Center and Senior Center, and Eric Carlson will take these, and I guess I had a few of my questions answered beforehand, but I'd still, if you could just touch on it being a public process, the way this works, these big projects.
I will try to do that as a part of my
Okay,
presentation.
thank you.
Acting Mayor, members of the council, we're here tonight to ask the council to consider approving a contract for the Apple Valley Community Center project. This is our fifth of our five signature projects, so it's our last big project that we're pursuing that we told residents about as part of the referendum. So I'm just going to walk through a slide set that you've seen before, but the community hasn't necessarily seen before, and so that everyone knows what's being considered, and if it's approved, what's going to happen once construction is over. So really, the vision for this project is to preserve and improve the existing community center / senior center. Everything that we're doing within the project is trying to make sure that we're operating the facility as cost efficiently as possible. And we're focusing on the future trends of how it gets used. The seniors use the facility about 40 hours a week, and the public really uses the facility about 50 to 60 hours a week. And so we're wanting to make sure that we get full use out of the entire facility. So from a big picture perspective, we're hoping to start construction here in June of 26, which is just right around the corner. We expect construction to be completed sometime in the fall of 27. From a high level perspective, we're looking at creating a central entrance to the facility after we connect the two buildings. There'll be an indoor playground. There'll be a small fitness space geared towards seniors. There'll be an improved and enlarged senior coffee lounge right behind the front desk, which is right at the new front door, if you will. There'll be some additional programming space created by changing a current storage room into this programming space. We're updating the mechanicals to the existing community center, which is 40 plus years old, including roofing, et cetera. And we're trying to just make the whole campus feel like a campus with some of the work that we're doing. We are replacing, earlier on the consent agenda, you approved a monument sign contract for 5 parks in town, 4 parks in town, Redwood, Kelley, Johnny Cake East and West, and Hayes Park. Actually, you didn't do the red one yet. But at Hayes Park, we're going to have this sign out on Hayes Road. And so it's Hayes Park, which all of these facilities are inside of. And so it'll list the community center, Wings Arena, Voyagers Indoor Playground, the Youth Athletic Complex, and then the Senior Center itself. So that'll get installed here sometime in the next 60 to 90 days, roughly.
Nice, nice.
This is just an overview of the concept of what the campus will look like once we're done with all of the projects. Last year, we started the Youth Baseball Softball Complex project, which is kind of the green space around. We had that great partnership with the Independent School District 196, where we're utilizing parts of the Westview Elementary School property to create the 4-field youth baseball softball complex in the top of the screen there, kind of in the back of the community center project. And then we're regrading and irrigating the entire site so that we have a higher quality of turf, safer playing conditions for all of the different sports that we're using the facility. So that's baseball, softball, football, soccer, lacrosse. We expanded parking on the site to accommodate the different uses that will happen here, and we're very excited about how this is all going to turn out when we're all done with construction after about 3 years of eating dust every day, just about. All right, so this is an image of what the front door and the connection of the two buildings are going to look like. The tall glass that you see on the left is the indoor playground, and then the glass in the kind of a little bit more to the right is the front door, if you will. On the tip-up panels that will be installed for the addition portion of the facility, you can kind of see some lines there, and that those are topography lines from the neighborhood, and they're going to be imprinted into the tip-up panels, so they're just not boring concrete, if you will. And that concrete will have an earth tone color to it. The overall complex will be named the Apple Valley Community Center to try to keep the name short and sweet, if you will. And the current community center uses national parks as a naming convention for some of its rooms. So we are just going to continue using that naming convention for all of the rooms in the combined facility once construction is over. And this is how the naming of the different rooms in the facility will be named, again, after national parks. From a colors perspective, we're going with some earth tones and light textures. And then there'll be a variety of flooring throughout the facility, everything from concrete to carpeting and anything in between there. And this is just an image of some of the different materials that will be used to help construct the facility on the inside as far as finishes are concerned. This is a site plan, if you will, of the facility once constructed, once completed, if I get my mouse here. So the purple area here is the indoor playground. There's 2 party rooms that will be off of there that people can use for birthday parties and whatnot if they're using the indoor playground. This is the Park and Rec office space. The Valley Athletic Association will have storage there. You may recall that they used to have a building on the property that they used. And to make this entire project work, we needed to remove that building. We promised to replace their space so that they could continue to store their equipment, and this is the space that they will have for that. Here's the new coffee lounge. Here's the front desk area. These are the existing Yellowstone rooms. We're moving the kitchen on the south end to the north end, which is where the current senior center office space is. Here you see the fitness space, which is the current coffee lounge. Here is the storage that's getting converted into some programming space. So there'll be a nice patio on the back. There'll be doors here. So if you're parked here and you need to get back to the youth baseball softball complex, 99 times out of 100, the building will be open when you're using the baseball softball fields in the back. You can walk through the front door, walk out the back and get to the fields, or you can walk around. It's your choice. But there are multiple ways that you can get there. We expect a lot of people to be parking at Westview Elementary as well when they're using the fields that are behind the community center. From a parking perspective, we are adding parking, and in working with seniors, we are adding some ADA and some senior designated parking stalls on the site, just to make it easier for them to access the building. But then when typically they're not there in the evenings or on the weekends, those spaces will be free for anyone to park in. Again, I mentioned the centralized front entrance. It's positioned in the middle, roughly in the middle of the building. This red area is generally where the heated sidewalk will be, so in the wintertime, we will be reducing slip and falls as you enter the building. We'll also be tracking in a lot less snow and ice and dirt because of the heated sidewalks. So we're looking forward to that. I know our maintenance staff is definitely looking forward to that. The front doors will be automatic openers, kind of like what you see at a grocery store. And there will be a small awning out front of the front door as well. And these are just images of what the new lobby and front desk area will be once constructed. This view is looking out south towards the gym. To the left is the entrance into the indoor playground. Again, the senior coffee area located right behind the front desk. It's about 850 square feet, slightly larger than the existing coffee lounge. It'll have large windows for park views and a nice outdoor patio, again, that people can use. This will be used by seniors for the most part during the day, during the week, but it can be used by the public or private uses after in the evening or on the weekends for small parties. Think of graduation parties, think of bridal showers, things like that. And this is an image of what that space will look like. as is this one. Then we have the small fitness room being referred to as the Zion Room. It's located on the first floor in the current coffee lounge. It's going to be very small, again, geared towards seniors so that they can come and have access to some cardio equipment, some lightweight equipment and whatnot, so that they can stay physically healthy. They're already being mentally healthy by coming to the facility and interacting with seniors and whatnot, so we wanted to give them a chance to be physically healthy as well. And a little image of what that might look like. Then the Senior Executive Club has an office in the current Senior Center office space, but that's going to get moved upstairs in the Denali room. And then we are, again, repurposing the existing Senior Center office space into a warming kitchen, and that's what this will look like. We'll have seniors wanted a lock. Currently, the seniors have lockable cabinets, which aren't all that lockable. Honestly, they get broken into quite a bit from other users. And so they requested a locked pantry. So we've made sure that there's a locked pantry that they can store their belongings in this space. It'll be much more secure than what they currently have. Then upstairs, we wanted to be able to protect the ping pong and billiards tables that the seniors have upstairs because, again, we're going to be inviting the public in to use this facility much more than we have in the past. And so we're creating a little wall at the top of the stairs so we can lock that space down and it doesn't get tampered with. And that's what this space will look like. Then the bonus room, the Acadia room, again, currently storage, but we'll be finishing it off for different program and using it for different programs, both during the day and in the evening and on the weekends. Then the indoor playground, referred to as Voyager's Playground, the only national park in Minnesota. It's towards the front of the building. It has the two attached party rooms here and here. The sound, for the most part, will stay in the room. And it should be a great opportunity to hold private birthday parties and whatnot, so that we will be charging fees to use the facility. And if you want to host a private birthday party, we'll be charging fees as well. So there's a chance for us to recoup some revenues to help cover some of our operational costs that we will experience with the facility. Again, this is where the indoor playground is here. And this is an image of what that's going to look like. A few months ago, the council approved the purchase of this playground, so this is on order, and it will arrive in time for installation once we got the project to that point. Another image of the indoor playground. You can see we're trying to use natural daylight to help light up the space. And this is just an image of one of the party rooms. And we've got the Park and Rec offices located in this general area. There'll be some cubicles, there'll be some private offices, there'll be a meeting room for staff meetings, but it'll also be lockable so that if the public wants to use it after hours and on the weekends, they could rent out that room if they needed to or wanted to. Of course, we'll have an IT closet, a maintenance workroom, and some storage in this office space as well. And a little image of what that's going to look like. The image is a little deceiving. We will not have glass walls. There'll be sheetrock walls, and that was a cost-saving measure. Again, Valley Athletic Association, about 1,900 square feet to store of their things, basically replacing the space we took away when we removed their building. And then we are going to be change the locker rooms that are in the building don't get used as locker rooms. We're going to keep the bathrooms. We're going to keep a shower, but the rest of the space we're going to turn into storage. You can never have enough storage in a public facility like this, so I know our staff is looking forward to having some more storage. So again, construction begins in June of 26. The community center will be closed starting in mid-June through about the end of the year. The senior center then will be closed starting in January through about June of 27. We're hoping to open up the entire facility sometime in the fall of 27. Of course, all of this is subject to change based on weather, based on construction schedules, et cetera, et cetera. We'll try to do our very best to make sure that everyone's aware of what's happening, what's open, what's closed. There'll be obviously some parking impacts. There's going to be noise and dirt and all the kinds of things you would expect during a construction project. But we will make the best out of it. This image just kind of shows that the red areas will be kind of off limits during construction. There'll be construction fences to protect what's happening inside of these areas. And this is just a close-up of the senior center front door. We'll still be able to access the front door until the construction of that part of the facility starts in January of '27. So back when we were investigating what we might want to include in a parks referendum, one of the projects was the Apple Valley Community Center Senior Center. And in August of ¡22, we developed the concept that you see on the screen. And from this concept, we developed what you basically just saw. And back in August of '22, we made some assumptions that it would be about a $10.6 million project. About 8.5 of that would be actual construction costs. Things have changed. So again, project highlights. The facility will be known as the Apple Valley Community Center. It's going to have a centralized front entrance with automatic sliding doors and a heated sidewalk. Voyager's indoor playground. The senior kitchen moves from the south end to the north end. There'll be a small fitness space geared towards seniors. There's going to be an enclosed seniors game room upstairs, and storage area is being converted into some programming space. We are enlarging the coffee lounge for seniors and placing it right behind the front desk so it's close to the folks that are working at the front desk. We're updating the park and recreation office space, providing some VAA storage area. We are we're reconfiguring the locker room space, making some improvements to the parking lot. So there's mechanical roofing improvements, and we'll be air conditioning both gymnasiums as a part of the numbers that you're hopefully about to approve. We will be having 2 EV charging stations as a part of this project, and the roof above the playground will be solar ready, but there will not be any solar panels on it at this point in time. So tonight, the project cost, we're asking the council to consider a guaranteed maximum price contract with Terra Construction for $10,528,253. The city also has some costs outside of that contract with Terra for the professional services that we're using on the project for FF&E and things like that. Our costs are about $3.2 million. So the total project is $8 million. There is one outstanding issue that yet has to be rectified, and that's we have to put a transformer as a part of this project, and we're still working with the electrical engineer and Dakota Electric to size that properly. So as a part of that $13.8 million, we, the city, have an additional 5% contingency, or about $450,000, that's a part of that $13.8 million number to cover what we think that electrical transformer might be. So at some point in the near future, we'll be coming back to the council to make an amendment to the contract to include that transformer. But the costs, we believe, are covered in that extra contingency that we have. So this project is a little bit different than maybe one of our engineering department's street projects, in that we, the city, decided to hire Terra, in this case, to act as a construction manager at risk. And under that form of delivering a project, the construction manager is the ones that are coordinating contracts with all of the different contractors that it takes to do this project. The steel, the concrete, the insulation, masonry, and all those types of projects. So they're out, they go out and bid the projects, they gather all the numbers, they put together the package, and then ultimately they add costs such as building permits. So as a part of the $10 million number, they have to pay the city building permits of about $109,000. So that money's coming back to the city through this project. There's insurance, there's bonding. They have their own contingency built into this. And then they have a 1.75% fee that we agreed to when we signed our contract with them. So again, they put all of this together. It is public information. I mean, we have access to the information. It's just a different way of delivering the projects compared to how we might do a street project. There's one other item that we're hoping the City Council will approve as well, and that's we have a professional services agreement with JLG Architects. We signed that contract roughly early 2024 after the referendum passed for $637,000, and that was based on 7.5% of what we assumed the construction was going to be of $8.5 million back in August of '22. Well, since that time, a lot has happened to our project. We know more about it, and there's been different stages that we've gone through. At the concept construction stage, back in August, it was an $8.5 million project. Then we started to work on plans, and we got to a schematic design, and that was a $10.2 million estimate. Then we got to design development, that was $11.2 million project. JLG's proposal at the design development stage was their final fee would be calculated on what the design development estimate was at the time. And so that is a $201,000 increase. So we're asking the council to approve a contract amendment with JLG for $201,543, bringing their total contract to $839,034, based on the design development cost estimate that was in their proposal. So there's two motions, hopefully, that the council will consider and approve. The first one is to approve a guaranteed maximum price amendment to an AIA agreement with Terra General Contractors, doing business as Terra Construction, for construction manager at risk services for the community center project of $10,528,253. And I'll stand and answer any questions before I move on to the next motion.
Well, thank you, Rick. You've answered all my questions that I had earlier, so I should have known you would have covered them all. Any questions from any council members? Councilmember Bergman?
I guess a couple of questions I have is, number one, now this is locked in, this price is locked in, so we can't come back and say, oh, by the way, we need X amount million more. And the other question would be, is there, I guess when we look at this overall entire project for the city, we're still have money left to do other things if we have to down the road. So I guess those are the questions too I have.
Yeah, so I'll answer. Your first question is, during the project, I fully expect there to be change orders.
Right.
There's always going to be change orders. We have 5% on the city side for construction contingency. So we have $450,000 in construction contingency that's in the $13,800,000 number to address any change orders that might happen during the project. So let's just say that there's a $20,000 change order that comes in. Then we would add $20,000 to $10,528,253. But we have contingencies built in for this project to handle issues as they arise. The second part of your question, so you saw this table back in February. The numbers were a little bit different back in February, but everyone will recall that we had a $73 million parks referendum. Back in February, we were showing that we had anticipated costs of closer to $82 or $83 million. Right now, I believe it's about $80 million. And if I go to my next slide, we have about $80 million to cover that. So in February, I was nervous about where we were at. We were actually in the hole in February. Right now, we are good. I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at financially, and then we'll be able to accomplish the projects we set out to accomplish as a part of the referendum.
Very good, thanks.
Well, I go backwards.
Thank you.
Tim, can you go backwards for me? So you can see that the community center project right here is, the 13. I've rounded these numbers. The 13.8 that you're hopefully going to approve tonight. All these other projects are rounded to, the closest $100,000. I believe we're in pretty good shape. Again, this is the last big project that we have. After this, we only have 3 more years of park projects, and those are a lot less expensive, if you will, a lot easier to estimate, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable.
Okay. Thank you.
So Tim, can you go back 2 more slides, please? A couple more, I guess. Keep going. 1 more. So this is the slide that we left on.
Thank you. That was one of my questions too. If we see this price goes up, are other parks going to get slighted because of the construction environment? And it does not look like that will happen. So,
Very good.
Councilmember Hebert.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that you are really keeping a close eye on this. And I think one of the things that's important to note here is, from the Parks Bond referendum when it was approved to moving as quickly as you and the staff and the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee, everybody's moved very quickly, which I think has been helpful, because the longer it takes, it's just going to get more and more expensive. So, kudos to that, and thank you for, I know that You also have done a lot of work with the community, especially around the senior center and the community center, and trying to get everything that people have asked for, and you're doing that. You've got a lot of that covered. It's not all the bells and whistles that I think everybody really wanted, but it's got everything. It's got all the key elements of it. So I know that was a lot of work, and so again, kudos and thanks for making this happen.
Appreciate
Really
it.
great.
A lot of staff involved that aren't here tonight that, deserve the kudos as well, and I'll make sure I share it with them.
Thank you.
So the first item is to approve the guaranteed maximum price amendment to an AIA agreement with Terra General Contractors doing business as Terra Construction for construction management at risk services for project 2024-186, Community Center and Senior Center connection and renovation associated with the 2023 Parks Bond referendum. Is there a motion?
So moved.
There's a motion by Councilmember Melander and a second by Councilmember Hebert. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the second item is to approve change order number 1 to professional services agreement with Johnson Laughlin Kellaway Architects doing business as JLG Architects for project 2024-186, Community Center and Senior Center connection and renovation associated with the 2023 Parks Bond referendum. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Bergman and a second by Councilmember Hebert. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Eric.
Appreciate it.
Good job.
The next item is staff and council communications. And the first thing, Commissioner Hayman Rowland didn't quite say that John's mother had passed away, and the funeral was today, so condolences from all of us, John.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Any staff communications?
Acting Mayor Grendel, yes, we do have our police chief that would like to come up and talk about an event that's coming up related to bike safety.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Good evening, Acting Mayor and members of the council. We spoke, I think it was just the last council meeting, about bike safety, about bike regulations, and we are following up with a event that we have been planning for a little while, presented by our police department, that's going to combine everything every kid loves, which is food, riding bikes, and police officers. And so on June 11th from noon to 2, we will be over at Greenleaf Park in the tennis courts, and we will be engaging our biking community there. We've got a bunch of stations that will be set up. There'll be a safety, like a riding course, a safety course, equipment safety check. Kids and adults can register their bikes. It's something that is very rarely taken advantage of in Apple Valley, but we do have a bike registration program, and that's not to put license plates on the back of the bikes. That's to register who owns the bike. Every year we get dozens and dozens and dozens of bikes throughout our community that are abandoned, that are lost, that are stolen, that end up in a park or on a sidewalk, that nobody knows who it is. We end up taking them, they go to auction. Very few of them are registered with us, and those that are, the officer can look on there and say, hey, this has your registration sticker. And just like a lost dog, we can return that bike back to the owner, which we love to do. So the bike registration is something that we've had for a very long time, but it's underutilized. So we also have a helmet giveaway station, so people that show up that aren't equipped with the right safety equipment, we've got them covered. We can get them set up and fitted and walk away with helmets. We have a new hot dog stand that we got through a partnership with the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Foundation that we will have up and running, that you will see throughout the summer and the fall at many of our public engagement opportunities. And so this event on June 11th will be the first time we have that hot dog stand out. So everyone attending will get a meal with it, because it is kind of right around the lunchtime. So there is registration ahead of time, so we invite folks to register. It's on our Facebook. It's I know it's been sent out to anyone that has registered with the city's email service to get kind of the civic alerts. So we welcomed everybody to come out on June 11th. If any of you are available and around town during the day, swing by and check us out. But we're happy to host this event, all in the name of safety and just community engagement.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
It's always exciting with all the things you're doing in the department. Thank you.
Yep, we love it. Thanks.
Council communications?
I have two things. First, I just wanted, we had Memorial Day, and it feels like summer out there. I'm just kind of curious as to just announcing the opening of Splash Valley and the community redwood pool. I know people are getting really excited about that, and as you're making your way up here, Nate, I just also wanted to say I really do love the octopus, the new logo for
Yes, that's cool.
the redwood pool. So again, kudos. It looks fantastic. So.
Well, thank you, Mayor and council members. So yes, Splash Valley Water Park, it's our second year for that. It will be open up on June 5th. And then same with our brand new Redwood pool. So that'll also open up on June 5th. To the public there, that'll be at 11 o'clock opening on the Redwood one. I know a lot of people are anticipating with the Splash Valley one, but Redwood being brand new, we think that one's gonna be a little bit bigger line there. The octopus that you mentioned looks amazing. You drive down 42 and you can't miss it. It's like, it's so big, it's so huge. With that too, that's going to open up later this, anticipated right now, end of August, beginning of September. Fingers crossed it'll come out a little bit sooner on here. With Splash Valley too, though, jumping back there, note we do have early bird season passes, and that ends this Sunday at midnight. So if you want to have a little bit of a price reduction on there, feel free to jump on our website, stop by our community center and grab those ahead of time. And then the regular fees will begin on the 1st.
Get them while you can.
I was at a restaurant, they were all wondering what that was, and somebody said, I finally figured out it's an octopus.
Any other questions on any of the pools?
No, thank you.
Nate.
Nate, hang on a second. So
sorry.
I got the opportunity. I like to go cruise around the city and see what goes on. And there was construction workers there. I knew they were getting ready to go home. I saw the gate was open into the Redwood pool area, and there was a construction worker, and I asked the gentleman, I says, I'm here. I identified who I was. I said I didn't want to go any farther than this. I'll wait till the octopus gets fully built. And I said to him, I said, so how many semis, trailers did it take to load to build this? And he goes, well, we're on semi number 7, and there's 14 trailers that are going to be used to build that octopus. And I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be cool. So I'm a new kid again. So thanks.
The exciting part on that, working with Flagship and LSI Landscape Structures, it is a one of one. So we are going to be the only ones in the United States and the world that has that exact playground. I'm sure people are going to like it and try and steal it from us, but we will be the first, and it'll be one of one to start with.
Beautiful.
That's great.
Cool.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, my second one. I just also wanted to give a shout out. Last Thursday, it was we had the State of the City address that was hosted and coordinated with the Apple Valley Chamber at Valleywood, and it was really well done. So shout out to the Chamber for another great event, and Mayor Hoopa did a great job of highlighting a lot of the accomplishments over the past year. And for those of you who weren't able to attend, there is this 2025 community report, which is a great document that really highlights a lot of things that have happened in the city, programs, services, things like that. Really great to know what's been happening the last year in the city of Apple Valley. Lots of great accomplishments. And then there was also a great video that the city put together, again, highlighting a lot of the accomplishments this past year, as well as the video, I believe, of the entire state of the city. So encouraging people to go onto the website and check out some of these great resources and see all the continued progress in Apple Valley. So again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Hoopa and the staff. It was phenomenal. When you see everything come together, it's like, oh my gosh, did everybody accomplish that? We're part of it, and you're like, anyway, thank you, everyone. So, anything else? Councilmember Bergen?
I guess I'd like to, one of the comments I have is for the Memorial Day at the Legion. I think, again, as long as I've been on this council, I've been there every year. And I think it's still one of the best programs around. I truly, the community gets involved in it and really appreciates what these men and women have done and sacrificed for our community and for the United States. So, to the Legion for hosting it. This year it was inside. I think it's their second year that we've had it inside. Otherwise it's outside, but it was packed. And to the choir that sang, And to Clint's little speech that he gave, again, was exceptional. So, again, thanks to the community for participating.
And it's emotional when you see the young people that we've lost in our schools.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal.
Okay, the next city council informal meeting, sorry. Lander, sorry.
It's only you, Maynard. The program at the VFW was moving. The music was terrific. There was one piece, all gave some gave all. That was just heart-wrenching. It was terrific. Jay that did the original, the welcoming remarks, was I asked for a copy. Actually, it was. I hate to say profound, but it was really terrific. So it's more than just the get together, wave the flag kind of thing. And Memorial Day is something that's beyond just another picnic. So they do just a super job putting on a program every year.
Thank you. The next city council informal meeting is Thursday, June 11th at 5:30 p.m. And the next city council regular meeting is Thursday, June 11th at 7 p.m. Can we approve the calendar of upcoming events? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Member from Councilmember Bergman, second by Councilmember Hebert. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Hebert and Councilmember Bergman, second.
No, Councilman
Melander, sorry.
gave it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.